Okay, almost halfway in there. All right, I'm going to sand this half, then I'll figure out what to do about finish and reversing it. This is looking fantastic, and I haven't even used the polish restoring paste, which is the next step. I'm not sure if I'm using this incorrectly, but I always seem to use a lot more of the sanding paste than the polish restoring paste. So I'm going to do 2 coats of the polish paste on this one. See if that second coat makes much difference. (2,000 RPM). That is looking just gorgeous and feels so good. This just might be a mistake, but I'm going to see just what it does putting Howard feed-in wax on top of that. So I will put this on a nice coat of it, let it stand for at least the 20 minutes it's recommended, and then come back, wipe off the excess, and buff it up. I'll be back to show you the results after I finish doing that. I think that looks absolutely gorgeous. I believe it's added a bit of a warmth to it, but I'm really happy with this. And now, the challenge of reversing this. All right, I haven't done this before, so I don't know how well this is going to work. What I want to do is put this block on here and then put hot glue on. Now my question is, how well is the hot glue going to hold on this finish? I want to hold it well enough to keep this in place, but I'm hoping the hot glue will come off easily when I've finished this. So I'm going to apply hot glue. I'll be back when I've got this applied and it's cooled and show you what I've come up with. Just in case someone wants to know how this works and hasn't seen it before, I have my one-way live center in my tailstock. On the live center, I have an adapter which fits into the faceplate, which is attached to this waste block, and that's glued to my piece. So I hope that explains it well enough for you. I've unlocked the tailstock, so hopefully it will slide back with no problem. And I can take this adapter out of this faceplate, move it out of the way. I'll be able to take this off and reverse it. Alright, ready to turn this glue off of here. I have the faceplate on the live center adapter here so that it doesn't fly across the shop when it comes loose. And I'm just going to remove this glue. I'm using my 3/8 inch spindle gouge at 500 RPM. I guess there's one or two places where I've still got a little glue. Alright, that should free it. There we go. Alright, I can get back to turning this side. Right on the center joint. It's not rounded there. It's coming to just a very little bit of a point. I could probably just sand that with 80 grit, but I'm going to try it with this Easy Wood scraper and just see if I can very gently take that edge off there. All right, I think that's good enough. I can do the rest with sandpaper. So I'm going to sand this whole thing. I'm going to finish it the same way I did this side, and I'll come back to show you the results. All right, I'm using that same plywood glue block that I used before. It's all cleaned up, and I've got a sheet of shop towel on there for padding. I'm going to put the donut up against that because I need to clean up this glue. Now the hot glue I used to use, I could clean that off very easily with isopropyl alcohol. This is just not coming off. I've turned a small cone. I'm going to pad that with 2 sheets of this shop towel and use that to hold it there. Now, this is not much holding power, I realize, for a friction drive, but I'm hoping it's enough. And let's see what happens here. All right, I will just rip all this extra paper towel off in here, shop towel rather, making sure I leave enough to protect the donut, and I'll be back. I know that I'm going to have to use Axe abrasive paste again when I get this glue off, so I thought I would just see if it will take the glue off. Give it a little test here and see what it'll do. I'm sure it can't hurt anything. Famous last words. So I actually have little ribbons of glue all the way over to here that are not peeling off easily. So I'm going to refinish it right up to there, but I'll try this as a test first, just on the side. That's where most of the glue is. Oh yeah, that did a brilliant job. All right, I'm going to do the rest of this. I'm going to refinish it all the way up through Howard feed wax, and I'll be back. Well, this was fun to turn. It turned out to be a lot heavier than I was expecting, but then it's not hollow like most of the segmented things I turn, bowls or whatever. So, I hope you enjoyed this. And if you happen to be a YouTube turner, I'd like to make this a challenge. Show me what you can do. And if you're interested, my email address is in the About tab on my channel. Send me an email, let me know you want to take part, and when you've finished it, send me the link to your particular donut, and I will set up a whole list of them. And to make sure everybody has lots of time, I'm going to let this wait until the end of May, and then we'll see what kind of reaction we have, what kind of donuts everybody's doing. I'm sure many people will come up with nicer designs, nicer ways, easier ways of doing this. But this was my first time, and I did it without looking at what anybody else had done. So now maybe I'll take a look. I'm sure there's got to be an easier way. Next thing I want to do is figure out a stand of some kind for this. But for now, that's all I have to offer you today. So thank you for stopping in. I hope you'll come back next time. Between now and then, have a great day in your shop and be safe. Take care. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done that. Click the like button. Take care now.